Okay, so what I really want to go over right now is the difference between distance and displacement. So these are completely different terms, and we need to understand the difference between them. So you probably already understand what distance is. Suppose a baseball player runs the bases. Distance is the length, the path that the player runs. Okay, so let's highlight that. Distance is the total length of the path that he runs, the total length of his path. So suppose he runs 25 meters to get to first base. So I'm going to draw my screen here. And suppose that he runs to first base from home plate, and that is 25 meters. When he gets to second base, he has run 25 plus 25 meters. The distance is the same. He has now run 25 more meters. He has run a total of 50 meters. Now, displacement is the difference between the initial first position and the final position of the object. So there's our definition for displacement. So it's a little bit different there. If the initial position was home plate there, then we have to think about his total distance from that. At the first base, the player's distance and displacement are the same. So when the player was at first base on the screen, he had run 25 meters. He had run 25 meters, and his displacement from home plate, his final position here from home plate, was also 25 meters away. They are the same when he is at home plate. He has run a distance of 25 meters, and he is 25 meters from home plate. So both of those numbers are the same at first base. At second base, the distance and displacement are now different. So when he is at second base, right here, we know his total distance was 50 meters. 50 meters, because you add up 25 plus 25. However, his displacement from where he ran from home plate is not 50 meters. It is the distance from second plate through the pitcher's mound all the way to home plate. All the way to home plate. So we can look at this like a right triangle. And if we did the math there, we would know that this side was 17.5 and 17.5. I'm not going to go over all the math for this example, but you can see the displacement would have been 35 meters from home plate. 35 meters from home plate. Now, let's imagine that our player continued to run around. Let's imagine that he ran all the way back home. Erase really quick. So our player has run now to third base and back to home plate. And each of these distances is 25 meters. Okay, so now our player has run a total distance of 100 meters. He ran a total distance of 100 meters. He ran 25 meters times 4. However, his displacement is 0. His displacement is 0 meters, because displacement is your difference between where you started, your first position, and your final position. So because he started on home plate and he ended on home plate, his displacement from home plate is 0. His starting position and end position are the same. Distance always will depend on the path taken. Distance is the whole path around. But displacement does not depend at all on the path. it only depends on how far you are from where you started. Only the starting and ending positions matter for displacement.